Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Respond please. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. अच्छा अच्छा
Okay.
सब खुश राजी है?
Is everyone happy and enjoying themselves? Put your hands up.
खुश राजी है?
Are you happy?
पक्का?
Feeling good?
पक्का?
Is it really
खुश राजी है?
real? You're happy and feeling good?
भाई यहाँ जगह है बीच में.
There's plenty of room, and all of you who are towards the back, please come further to the front.
आओ 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 आओ. पहले पूछ लेती हूँ.
First of all, Daddy would like to ask everyone,
2-3 दिन में आए कौन है?
who has come in the last 2 to 3 days?
खड़े हो जाएंगे.
Please stand up.
अच्छा. सब मेरे से मिले हैं सभी.
Has everyone met Dadi, taken Toli from Dadi? Has anybody not met Dadi?
जो नहीं मिले हैं ना.
Those who have not, they should come tomorrow morning after 11 o'clock.
कौन जाने वाले 2 दिन में?
Who is leaving in the next 2 days?
खड़े हो जाओ.
Please stand up.
बहुत जाने वाले हैं.
There are many who are leaving.
अच्छा. अच्छा. दीदी दिखा कितने जाने वाले हैं.
Many are leaving. So everyone has had Toli from Dadi.
अच्छा. टोली बोली.
Toli is, and then Boli is speaking, and then that means you're celebrating Holi. You eat Toli, listen to Baba's words, and you're celebrating Holi. Thank you. Sit down, please.
अभी जी चाहता है.
Now the heart desires.
जी चाहता है. बाबा.
Baba.
अभी सभी जल्दी जल्दी संपूर्ण बन जाए.
Everyone should very quickly become complete.
हम सत्युग में चले जाएं.
We'll all go to the golden age.
कहते हैं थोड़ा टाइम चाहिए.
But Baba says you need a bit more time.
सत्युग में राज करने वाले तो 4 हो जाए ना.
You have to be fully ready to rule the kingdom of the golden age.
मैंने देखा है साकार बाबा को.
I saw Sakar Baba.
अच्छी तरह देखा है.
Very closely I watched him.
साकार बाबा को. बहुत बच्चों के लिए प्यार है.
Baba has a lot of love for all the children.
अव्यक्त होकर के भी.
Even in the avyakt form.
और ज्यादा प्यार करने लगा है.
Baba seems to have even more love for the children.
तो बच्चों को मिसिंग महसूस न होवे.
Baba doesn't want the children to feel that anything is missing.
साक्षी होकर देख रही हूँ.
I am a detached observer and I am watching, and I'm seeing that Baba is giving more love now. He gave great love in the Sakar form, but in the Avyakt form, he gives even more love than in the Sakar form. When Baba became Avyakt, why did Baba become Avyakt? When he was in Sakar, then he had to give time to eat and sleep, but then in the Avyakt form he doesn't need to eat or sleep, so he has much more time to sleep and to eat food. Even though Baba didn't sleep much at night, hardly we saw him asleep. He was always the awakened light. Even then, he says that being Avyakt, the entire time, he is able to serve the children. There is one aspect of Baba's remembrance, which Baba had mentioned today. Brahma Baba had given his body on loan to Shiv Baba. He says, it's not mine. Shiv Baba, is taking care, because he has taken it on loan. But when you give something to someone on loan, then you yourself don't live there when you give your house on loan. Whatever you have given for rent, in terms of property, you would not live there yourself. But he lives there. At the same time, he's given it on rent to Baba. So otherwise they live in separate property, but this one lives in the same body. Now those who are making effort, your bodies are separate from the one that Baba uses. Baba is sitting in this body. He's also given it on loan. So Shiv Baba is using it. And he is explaining everything to everyone through this body. He is taking the form of the mother and the father. He is the father, Brahma Baba is the mother, the grandfather and the father come together to serve the children. Baba has said, you wouldn't get the kingdom only by giving your body on loan. That's not enough. You have to make very separate effort to remain in remembrance, to become Avyakt, to become Karmatit. This effort is separate from giving the body. We have not given our bodies on loan, but we became Baba's children. We are separate from, detached from our body, detached from the world, and we became Babas. Do you understand what Dadi is saying? Put your hand up if you understand the implication of what Dadi is saying. Brahma Baba gave his body to Shiv Baba, and through the mouth of Brahma, Shiv Baba has told us the knowledge, and also he created the yajna. Therefore, it is said the Shiv Baba's Bandara and Brahma Bhojan. We never talk about Shiv Bhojan. These are very yukti-yukt words. It is Brahma Baba's, not Brahma Baba's Bandara, Shiv Baba's Bandara, the kitchen, and the Bhojan is Brahma Bhojan, the food. So it's very subtle distinction. The one who gives knowledge, the knowledgeful Baba, and then he is also blissful. Today, Baba went into the depth of the word bliss. He is knowledgeable and also blissful. He gives so much compassion and mercy that he changes us from something into something completely different. What does he make us, and what were we before? I have the intoxication down in Shantivan. There is a photo from my birthday of 1994, and I put it up, and someone had written a poem in it. when we were doing tapasya in Karachi, Baba asked us, do you want to be a king or a queen? I told Baba, well, I want to be a king. I don't want to be a queen and just sit there. No, I want to be I don't want to be a queen, that's too passive. I want to be a king. I didn't know that Baba would make me do the effort to become a king, but I thought, no, I don't really want to be a queen. So Baba made a very nice dress of a king, and they took my photograph of me wearing a king's dress, and that's in that photograph. So there we're wearing the dress of the king, and here we're doing tapasya in the simple white dress. It's not a big thing to think that we will get the kingdom in the golden age, that's fixed. But there is the intoxication of the kingdom of now, and I am seeing. We are studying Raj Yoga, learning it. God is teaching us to make us into the kings of kings. So this line, God, the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Father, is teaching us Raj Yoga. And this is also written in the Gita. It is not Krishna who is speaking the knowledge. It is the incorporeal Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who is teaching through Brahma. 2 or 3 days earlier, I had said the temple of Brahma in Ajmer. And then it came in the Murli. There are more temples of Jagat Amba. There's just one temple of Brahma in Pushkar and Ajmer too. Then you have to see Dilwara temple. If anyone's not seen a Dilwara temple, you should go, just as you go to see Peace Park. And you should see why we have this memorial, why Baba has said this is our memorial. We should see our spot in Dilwara temple. Baba is in our heart. He has placed us in his heart, made our mind peaceful, and taught our intellect how to think very deep and good things. So whenever Baba gives us any deep knowledge, he says you inculcate it into your intellect, not into your mind. The intellect is where you absorb information. So it's all the work of the intellect to understand the knowledge. You receive the knowledge, and in the soul there is the mind, intellect, and sanskaras, which we didn't know before what the soul is, but now we know what the soul is. It has the mind, the intellect, and the sanskaras. And Baba has said that through his drishti, through the atmosphere, he made our minds very peaceful. Today, some visitors came specially to meet me. One was from America, one was from Delhi. I didn't know, even while living in Delhi. I asked, what is your experience? And she said that it is the deep experience of peace and the experience of love. To make the atmosphere good is the work of the intellect. You have to have value for your intellect. The entire essence of this meeting today is this. Everyone has received the knowledge of the soul, and you also have understood that the soul is the child of the Supreme Soul, but there has to be the intoxication and the faith. If there is faith, then there can be intoxication. Faith is in the intellect, and you get the intoxication through your practical life, through your karma. In your practical life, it's a very subtle. Baba had very subtle intoxication. He had so much intoxication Don't even ask.
His
role was of being in the beggary part, and he was given the direction to become Narayan, and so those sanskaras have to be created. And so those sanskaras, through the power of yoga of the intellect. We talk of man manabhav, turn the mind to God. How can the mind be connected and turned to God when the intellect has inculcated the knowledge? The mind is under the influence of the physical sense organs. This is the habituation, and the soul has become viceful because of that. Through the physical organs now, we are coming into karma by the power of purity and yoga. We have to become viceless. We have to change from vicious to viceless. On the one hand vicious, on the other hand viceless. So Baba had said today in the Murli, you can see. How are we when we are worshippers? How are we when we are worship-worthy? There were two words, worship-worthy and worshipper. When we were worship-worthy in the Golden Age, now we are becoming that. We will not be worshipped in the Golden Age. We will start getting worshipped in the Copper Age. But now, in the Confluence Age, we are becoming worship-worthy. And I've seen in the king's palaces here, they definitely would have a temple, and I've seen when I went to Mysore, the king of Mysore made a temple that's better than his palace. If you see his temple and you see his palace, there's such a big contrast. So he had so much attention on God because he felt that God has given him the kingdom. And so he made the temple to show that he felt that God has given it. Now there are just two words. I was worship-worthy. It's not that we did worship for the purpose of getting our desires fulfilled, but because of being a little viceful, because of a lack of purity. There was a feeling of being unworthy. But now we are becoming worthy. What are we becoming? Worthy of praise, worthy of being appreciated, and worthy of being worshipped. Do you understand what you are becoming? Whatever is the praise of the Father, Baba says, you also have to, because Baba is like that and praised as such, whatever are the qualities, virtues of the Father, they should all come into you, which is why you would then be worshipped. So you are worthy of being praised. In bhakti, they praise a great deal. They sing songs of praise. And now there is the song that when I attained you, I attained the whole world. Who is this about? It is about us. They are singing the song about us. That we, when we attained Baba, we attained the whole world. He has shown us the way to go beyond the earth and the sky. We have to make that transition. This is so much compassion and mercy of Baba. He has given us so much. We attained so much without spending anything. Now when you go into an aeroplane, when I started at the beginning to travel in planes in India, otherwise there was no sign of going on aeroplanes. We used to go everywhere on the train in India. So I was going from Pune to Bangalore in the train with Brother Gobind. And what he did is he bought me a ticket on the plane and he said, "You go by plane. Don't go by train." I said, "I'm not going to spend that kind of money for a plane ticket. Please give Nizar Bhai."
तो क्या है तो फिर वो मुझे ट्रेन में जब प्लेन में चढ़ी.
So when I went into the plane the first time,
प्लेन में बैठी,
I sat there in the plane and I saw how the plane went around and then it went up and it flew. And then I arrived in 1 hour. How about that? And then I got out. There I was. Now in 1 minute you can see how far the plane will go. The plane gets its speed, high speed, and it flies up above. If you're in between, then you won't be able to fly. So our stage has to be so high that we're able to really fly. If we can't get off the ground, there'll be fear that what's going to happen. If you sit in the plane and there's turbulence, that doesn't feel good. No, you have to go way up above and then go easily. But then you have to definitely tighten your seatbelt, fasten your seatbelt, and don't go here and there. You will get food, it will come to you. And you might not get sleep, but you will get food. If you sit in business class, Baba talked to us today, you could take a first class ticket or a second class ticket or a third class ticket. The royal people don't go in any old place. Once there was a wonder. There was a brother who came very close from Air India. He was one of the main managers. And he saw me once in the plane. He was very happy. I told him some knowledge. His wife was an air hostess. And he was not flying the plane at that time. And he told his wife, "Look who is sitting there." And the entire time, perhaps I was coming from London. It was some long flight. And he was listening to knowledge in such a good way. And then in London, when he would come to Baba's home. Or even in India, he came to meet me once in Ahmedabad. He visited here. And he used to give me free ticket. He said, "Whenever you have to go somewhere, you just let me know and I'll give you a free first class ticket." Not business class. Because he had a lot of value of knowledge, a lot of value for time. The intellect. I love Baba because he teaches us how to have a clean intellect, and he gives us the power to have elevated thought. According to the time, such is the thing that we will talk about. We will not think about anything unnecessary. Once you've said something or done something unnecessary or waste, you get the habit of doing that. And this is a very bad habit. You think waste, then you get into the habit of waste thinking. But I have seen if you have a value for having good thoughts, then your time is well used, successful. Remember, the blessings of Baba are for everyone. So my effort should be like that I receive the blessings of Baba, and by doing very good effort, which is just the way Baba wants us to do, not by our own manmat, because what will our mind do by itself? No. Some people come under the influence of other people's instructions, or the other day I said, Baba is so clever. If there's an insufficiency of applying Srimat, we will not be able to have remembrance. Someone asked a good question. Why does someone have important duty? At the time of remembrance, these things, difficult things, will come in front of your mind when you want to have remembrance. And if they do come at the time of remembrance, then will they get worse or will they be less? In fact, remembrance destroys the difficulties. Day and night, asleep or awake, drinking or eating, wherever you are staying, continue to check yourself and you will continue to change. Baba is sitting there with us. Whatever I had said yesterday, I'm revising today also the 4 things in life. When the child is courageous, the father helps. And this is my experience through my entire life. If somebody doesn't have that experience, then they will not be able to have enthusiasm and zeal. They may get a little bit of courage, but the problem is that they have doubt whether it will happen or it won't happen. So be very careful not to have doubt. Assure yourself, yes, it will certainly happen. There is a lot of Baba's help. And I say, without this, you won't be able to do anything, because this is in your practical life, the courage and then Baba's help, and that will be when you have a true heart, because the Lord is pleased with a true heart. If there isn't truth in the heart, or your heart isn't clean, then the contract you have to get Baba's help, that gets cancelled. And alone, what can you do? You get very heavy. You're heavy in your speaking and moving around. And what can a heavy person do? You get tired when you do even a little bit of work. There is a song, do not get tired, O traveller of the night. The destination of the morning is not so far. It's a very wonderful song. Do not get tired, traveller of the night. If anybody has that illness of getting tired, it's because of this tiredness that the body gets sick. So don't let yourself get tired. And there is no nourishment like happiness. And there should be no sign at all or trace of worry. So the first thing is courage and the Father helps. Second is the Lord is pleased with an honest heart. And third, it is the food of happiness that helps you to fly. As much as you move forward, To that extent, with enthusiasm and zeal, you will move forward as if someone is making you move, someone is causing you to fly, carrying you like a bird that flies. You got wings.
Wonderful Baba.
Baba is so wonderful that he gives you those wings. And he makes you fly. One who is flying themselves. When I'm talking to any brothers and sisters, sometimes I give the answer in class. Sometimes people talk to me about personal things in 5 minutes or 15 minutes, but in class at least for half an hour. I can tell you things and you should accept the things that are said. The Lord is pleased with a true heart. Then I do not have any problems. My Lord is pleased with me. The third thing is, there has to be continuous effort. There shouldn't be any reason to stop or to give up. Once you have found reasons or excuses to make your effort a little casual, then you will get lazy. So be very careful and be very intelligent to sustain a continuous continuity of effort. Do not look back. Even in the old days, it might still be there. When people would go for service or their job, when they leave home, they would not look back. This would not be considered auspicious to look back. It is a great mistake. We're going home and we are accumulating a big income, so we should not look back. It's inauspicious. If you look at past bad things, it's an obstacle. You can't move forward because things from the past can trap you, catch hold of you and make your head crazy. So an aspect of depth of maturity, should I speak about this? If I am not careful and intelligent, I cannot take the full help of Baba. I take Baba's help and then Baba remains my helper. He is present in the service. Or as somebody said, well, I have an evil soul coming in me. Now the evil soul will see, this one is free and they don't have much power of God. They will catch hold of you. And Baba had told us. It is a very old thing, old point of knowledge. From Karachi there was a soul who was getting troubled by an evil soul, and Baba said, you know what the reason is? You do not have the power of purity that you could have received from Baba. You didn't do that. Even if there's a little impurity. So I'm saying in the gathering, the hairstyles of sisters, you are such a good sister, but even now she has short hair. So you need to have long hair parted in the middle with a plait down the back. Daddy says I have never worn clips or ribbons, no decoration in the hair. We have to be very simple because otherwise we have to look after all these ornaments. In Hong Kong, you know, there was one sister, Pari, and she had gone to Hong Kong. Her husband had died, and she had children who were now in America. And one of them is still alive, who's called Pushpa.
अति प्यार था दोनों का.
Anyway, they had a great deal of love for each other, and once
पत्र में रिबन भेजी मुझे.
they had sent me a ribbon in a letter,
करके हम चले गए.
and they said, "Put this in your hair, and we will catch hold of your plait and with this ribbon, and we will catch your tail, your ponytail, and we'll go to heaven that way. And we'll sit on your head." You know, the Brahmins have these little piece of hair coming down. They had so much love. I said, "Why are you catching hold of my hair? You go yourselves." Even now they phone me. So we have to have a lot of love with each other. Because it's our pure love with each other that reminds us of Baba. So Daddy is telling Nizar Bhai, if you didn't receive love from Baba's home, what would happen? In the year, he receives so much love. In a month, how much love does he absorb? Baba has received, Baba has given a lot of love. Everyone should have value for time. That whatever Baba is giving, think about it, look at it throughout the whole day, and together. Someone asked me a question. If two people don't get along with each other, then what to do? Then there'll be a karmic account, so be careful of this. If you don't get along together, who's to blame? One will say, well, the other one's to blame, and the other one will say, well, this first one's to blame. That's a waste of time. So having the habit of wasting time this way, you must actually have realization and finish off this. Nobody's to blame. The knowledge of drama makes you happy and complete. Each one has their own part. I have the good feelings that everyone should be complete as much as you can, but I will not reduce my pure feelings for you to become complete. If I do, then I would be harmed. My feelings, my wishes should be very good for you. Pure and peaceful, very clean, very pure and benevolent. Good wishes. For ghee, they would say it is pure, and shubh is like the good auspicious time, pure time. The time of the evening is considered a pure time for yoga. So those who are leaving soon, they're going having been fully refreshed. You go having been free from concern of things of the past. And there is one sister who had written to me a very nice letter. Her name is Bharti. Would you like to come and tell your experience? She gave me a very good letter writing her experience that she would never use the word but. Because Baba said you shouldn't use the word sometimes. Consider it's a big mistake to say sometimes or a little bit or but. Because that destroys all your income. So say pure things. Say good things. Your words should be very auspicious. The enthusiasm and zeal within us should never get less, and it should also encourage others to